Hello, let's do Wordle for Friday, June 5th. Yesterday we spun the wheel. It said to start with potu, which is a kind of bird. We're going to learn something interesting about O's, I'm sure. All right, we learned that there is exactly one O. There are not two O's, and there are not three O's. All right, so an O second. Common letters, most of them, S, R, L, N. We'd like to use an E as well. I think, honestly, I might do like an OU. So we know it's not OO. So it's either OA or OU. I wonder if OA would work. I mean, we could do something like horde, but I don't really like most of the letters in horde. There's L. Loamy is a fun word. I'll put that in my pocket. I don't necessarily want to use an M or a Y. SH. Let's look at OU, actually. I feel like we might be able to get the common consonants better if we do OU. Unless we just don't do another vowel there at all. But let's look at OU. Gourd. Again, it's not SRLN. How are we going to get these? We could guess horny. RNN. Can we do better than that? Sorry, but that's double R. I don't really want to do that. Solid. I've got lots of options. I just can't find one that uses like a ton of common letters. Let's go with something like corny instead of horny. And obviously I mean something that has horns on it. All right. Where's the N go? I'm not happy with either. I guess starting with N's probably more likely. But at the same time, and by the way, it does end in Y, so I was right to do the Y, I guess. Does it do ON here? Like, I can't decide which one's more likely. This would be a wonky guess. I wonder if it would accept wonky. Let's put that in our pocket. Money? We don't have the E yet. No, it wasn't money. All right, it does start with N. No E. Could have an A or a U still, but seems a little bit less likely. Noshi. Now, there's Newly. Have you heard of Nowly? It's very hip and trendy. It's Nowly. I've invented the term, start using it, so we can add it to the Wordle list. I actually can't think of any words. NOL. Not. Is it a double letter? Let's see, naughty, Noffy, Noggy, Nolly, Nobby. Harry Potter gave Nobby a sock. Noggly. I have no idea. Nothing's coming to me. Could we be using a vowel like AY or something? Nole. Nole. It's a new no day. Today is just a no day. I'm just going to say no today. I have no say in that. No way, man. We got no hay for the horses. I don't think it's that. I can't find anything. Naji. No. I know I don't repeat the O. I don't repeat the N. Do we repeat the Y? Noily. I doubt it. So no repeats. I just have a ton of letters left, and I can't figure out what combination is going to make their answer. Do we have only one word left? Noisy. No. Okay. We're on guess 5. There were at least 2 words left. Ask me how I know. So no I. I don't know. I didn't think of trying OI earlier. I thought of OA and OU, but not OI. There are a bunch of OIs, including noisy. I might have gone for noisy second if I thought of it. Uncommon letters like J, Z, X. I just don't see it. Are we doing like NOA something Y or NOU something Y? Noli, Nodi. Now. Nowly, Nowby. What is this word? Maybe it is one of these double letters and I just don't know the word. Or I'm not thinking about it right. Feeling very nauseous today. I don't know what to do. Noggy. Naughty. You're very naughty right now. You're nodding a lot. You're naughty. What am I not thinking about? I looked at NO something AY. I really don't think UY exists. Like it's not a formation word to do. Someone's going to give me an example, but it'll be the example that proves the rule. The exception that proves the rule. Now, D, now, fee. I don't see it. I'm going to put every letter that seems reasonable and see if something comes out. Like howdy is a word, but not nowdy. All right, not W. I looked at you. I'm going to look at it again really carefully. Nowgy. All right, NOA. No, Nofi. Noli. Maybe it's Noah. Noah D. Noah Fee. Noah B. No, that doesn't help me. Nod. Nodgy. No day. No you. No delete. Nodly. Noff. This is a struggle. What is this word? No fay. Noffi? I don't know. That's not a word. Noggy. Nogly. There's not much that can go after some of these consonants. Nogly. I bet it's nobly, actually. Finally, it came to me. In a noble fashion. All right. Yikes. That has to be the last thing, right? It has to be. We'll find out. I'm going to spin the wheel first. See what tomorrow's starting word will be. Steel. Finally a good start. We've had a run of bad ones. So this is by Mortar Shell, a super supporter. So you see, some of my supporters want me to win. Some of them, the minority. All right. I see Jazzy a ton of times on this wheel, which all right. It's going to come up. Anyway, so if you want to follow along, tomorrow we'll be starting with steel. You can steal the answer right out of the Wordle. All right. Let's start with, or the answer was nobly. Start with pot 2. I do have an analysis from our friend, so I will pull that up. analysis from, where is it? I shall say. So it says model is the best guess, followed by model and lodge. No, they're not tied. Model, then lodge, then moral. Oh, I can pull this up for you. I'll zoom it too. I looked at the video last time and it was tiny, but model, lodge, moral, lobed, loads, modal, golem. We can see where corny hits. Corny might lose. Okay, well, luckily I didn't. Uh-oh. Luckily I didn't. Escape was not what I wanted. All right, so I did corny, which I might have lost. This says the OER trap, the Ollie trap, the Ound trap. Wow, just lose to all the traps. All right, but we're down to 7 words already. Bony, honey, money. So that's a good grouping, and it's saying, hey, let's do that group because it's 3 of them. Then we have nobly, which was the answer. Noisy, which I thought of eventually. Nosy, and wonky. So wonky is on the answer list. I could have guessed it. So I did money. It suggests bony because there's also nobly, and bony gets you nobly. So bony would just immediately get us nobly, and that's what gives it a slight edge over honey money. So I did money, unfortunately, not bony. And we were down to 2 words, nobly and noisy. Also these unlikelies, knobby. So it would have accepted knobby, naughty, noggy. I'm glad I didn't just spam those. It also accepts no way and noily. All right, I'm glad I didn't like randomly spam these because I might have ended up with these and lost. But I went noisy first, and after noisy, we still had all of these. So it was good that I stuck with it until I thought of a word that I actually knew. I never recommend just hitting enter on words that just like look like nonsense because sometimes they do lock in, and then it's kind of a wasted guess, and people have lost that way over and over again. Let's go back and do the suggested start, which was model. It's interesting. It's not the letters I would target, but I guess it helps with those traps, which is kind of the point, I guess. We're down to 23 words now. It's going to go logic. All right. And after logic, we've got bolus. If the answer is ever bolus, I'm going to be having problems. Folky, folly, holly, jolly. So we have the ollie trap. Jowly. Never seen that one before. Koala, nobly, and solar. One of these things is not like the other. So it's saying go jolly, interestingly, because there's also jowly. So it has a slight edge over the other ollie words. Folky is also pretty good. And so now it's only nobly, or boily, fondly, sonly, and solely. So ULY. All right, so it gets a 5 also. So, meh. Tails is its starting word. With the L, we go could. With the OL in place, we only have 4 words. Jowly, lowly, nobly, and woolly. So it says go jowly or lowly because they get each other, and they'll distinguish the others as well. So let's go jowly for fun, and then nobly. All right, were there any unlikelies? There are 8 unlikelies. Boily, fondly, gooly, hooly, mooly. It's the unlikely ooly trap. Noily, pooly. Oh, pooly also. So there's a bunch of oolies, but we haven't heard of that trap because they're all never the answer. All right, let's look at steel. Folic with the L. And then world with the O and the yellow L there. We have 14 words left. Yeah, we got mold. We got wood. That's probably why it's slightly better. And then from here, it's only nobly or the ooly trap. All right. Adieu, the most common starting word. We're going to get nothing. We're going to go torch and have the O in place. And then logon is going to prove there's only one O, but it also gets the L and the N, which then gets us nobly. Nobly has a lot of common letters, so I don't think it's all that hard if you don't do weird starts like potu. Yellow O, we did clone. The yellow O. It's the L and the N. It just says it could get nobly just right away. It's just a good guess out of the 4. But basically all of them except logon are good guesses. So just do one of them and then you'll get nobly after if you didn't get it right away. All right. And then stare is another common starting word. We're going to go right into the unstrap right away just to make sure we don't lose to it, I suppose. And then after that, it's not the unstrap. So we have the N. We're going to go bling. There's 28 words left still. After bling, it's only nobly. There's not even anything else you could do because it's a yellow bee. Yellow bees are very rare. Yellow bees at the start are very rare. All right. Pert tries to get it in 2. Highest chance to get it in 2. It does not today. There's 3. It's in a 355 bucket, so it has a 1 in 355 from all gray pert to get it in 2, which honestly for all gray is pretty darn good. Like, look at other things that are all gray. It probably doesn't have 355 answers left, but still, it's not going to get it today. We're going to go humid, then flown, and then nobly. All right, and for those starting with pert, I will warn you that it can lose on some words. In hard mode, at least. If you're willing to do fillers, you're fine. But it's rare, but it can lose. So final one is tarps, is what the official bot starts with now for no reason. All gray, we're going to go hinge, and then blonde, and then nobly. Blonde and nobly are similar words. All right. Cool. Let's check the official bot now. We're going to grab our screenshot. For nobly. I really wish they had some way of tracking the time spent. Like how long did it take someone to think of the word? That would be an interesting stat. 96 skill, 45 luck. So it liked my guesses. Po2 has a 48 skill somehow in hard mode. Like, I guess it's not that bad to know if there's multiple O's, and the T and P aren't bad. Solar, the most common follow-up. Sonar, loner, round, mouse, solid, sober, could, corny, morel. No one went model. Interesting. Is model on this? Model is, it gives model 97, but the full analysis shows it's actually a little better. Gave an 87 skill for corny, which isn't horrible. Then 99 for money, and then 99 for noisy. Interesting. And then 99 for nobly. Well, no, noisy was always going to get 99 because there are only 2 left. But money having 99 is interesting because shouldn't Boney have been the better guess? Something's off. There's no way Boney is at an 85. Oh, it considers Boney extremely unlikely. So it's on the list, but it's like we're probably not going to make that an answer, which is interesting. The official, not the official one, the other bot filters out the ones it considers less than, like, as the 0.1% chance or whatever. But 1%ers it keeps in the answer list. I wonder if it shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know like what these percentages infer. All I know is 0.1 is never going to be actually an answer. It's sort of tagged to make the bot work right. All right, tarps clone login nobly. Interesting. Is that at all similar to this one? Tarps hinge blonde nobly. Not at all similar. 0.3 started with nobly. 1.2, 12.5, 44.4, 74.7 is very low. 92.1, very low. People losing on boily, coily, knobby. This is telling me that it is hard to think of nobly. Like, we're typing random stuff here. Hotly's okay, but like not fondly having 0.4, jowly having 0.4, lowly is fine. Look, just now checking for the ollie trap is interesting. Did I know it wasn't the ollie trap early on? I don't know. Let's refresh. I must have. It didn't show up in the analysis. Okay. Anyway, what was it? Nobly. Jeez. I don't think I'd be able to cheat at this game because by the time I loaded up the website, I'd already would have forgotten what the answer was. Um, all right. I'm spoiler proof, but don't test it. I still don't like getting spoiled. Um, 75 for corny. I don't really care about this. What were the follow-ups from Po2? Oops. 27 others so far. Loser, Sonar, Roman, Loner, Solid, Sode, Logan, Boner. Someone did Boner. That's hilarious. Leave a comment if you were the one who did Boner second. I know it was one of my viewers. All right. Slate, Dilly, Crony, Nobly. Interesting Dilly follow-up. I've seen that before. Point 5 started with Nobly. Very noble of them. Wow. At turn 4, we're only at 39.9%. 73% on turn 5, 91.6. And again, a lot of these like nonsense words are here, meaning it's hard to think of nobly. It really is. Knobby is actually the most common failure. All right. So even knowing there's a B in the word, if you don't think of nobly, you might try knobby on your guess 6, and then too bad. All right. Well, how'd you do?